Empire wo Hebrew mu. Shamak Israel Yehovah. Elahenu Yehovah Ekat. We ahata et Yehovah. Elohika bika luvika. Uvika navashika. Uvika miyopika. Tode yashach. Tode yashach. Tode yashach. In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Wajima chinya. Baby NDC for crowd da say 8 na say you know. Memo ma free ba 7 and 6. I'm telling you to show the strength and the power.
A few moments later.
NPP, opportunity for NPP. NPP, let me tell me do. We are moving domido. I beg a farmers know me. I'm a do all up. JC MP Nami.
For Madafo, and then Ray from Wabaha. Near Pesa Ghana, near Mansen, and I who said, and there Jaja or Transi, I would the Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard and Tribus Yakwa Semino, a Temwa or the Abano, a Temwa, a chia. Now, my young who said, Sabi, am I yourself? And now, a Temwa for no warrior. Yara when they said, Edutum, said Ghana, Emra, and they say, Yajuma. Neso so, Emran and Tressa Sabi, Ububu attend next year, me and Kanwasem. Asama, at that court name and ne court ni boyano. The 10 in the 30 and they said, Obiano, our persecution, Attorney General Officer. Etimika some a man to assume said, Chairman Wontumi'S, Sabi no nin krata, say, Obetu, Sabi good, oh, ya sasso. And no, and dear court no, a dear chinye. And the chair Chairman Wontumi'S, no krata, a man who pine, so Obetu a form a good deal. Asama court no air can, and they said, oh, Mujina soa. Omode Chairman Wontumi'S akotre abanku kom ne se omo se Chairman Wontumi'S krata na no kra na emrem no ho kwan so be kra sa krata no o de sa krata no ama obi se onfa nkoye adwuma abra lance minister ama approval sabi enche se Wontumi'S okoye galamse efi se title na na kra no na emrem na edimu boni aban ne kaso wa ne se o se Chairman Wontumi'S de ne krata ma obi akoye adwuma aban na mprenso na so so court no prosecution na ntman kire preference ampa adanse e wo kire se Chairman Wontumi'S de ne krata na sase ama obi se ofa nkoye adwuma aban no amprenso prosecution no omo ntman kire judge wodi asem no ese amu ba ye be di adanse na asem omo kan ye no eno no do tunsi enieni a ogina so a o ka se Chairman Wontumi'S edifo eno ne mem ye kan circumstantial evidence na so much men prove beyond reasonable doubt a bad criminal prosecution ese prosecution na se court na edigina so ka asem no obi asem o ka kan ye eno nti na judge na egina so a o ka se o de Chairman Wontumi'S akoto oban no kukumu ye NPP party no they can say o man peni mahama say o papa sebi illegal mine e friend galamsey no obeko ho na so betu ho esa and the wa bemu enkofo bebre wo ma wa okra odi tum say omuto na so omo ye galamsey o man peni de Ghana fo busa ne say sa asem no akosi sen o party fo no no omo ye no ehu asem no akosi sen na kwakoye se omanpani ni NDC ahonhare a asem bi efa opposition fo no omo edekọ na se omo tu ho asa no ene sa ahonhare ni bi na asem fa NDC fo ho a omo tu sa asa no egofo di petition ko ma yoko efa NDC or national organizer Joseph Yami ho ene omo vice chairman Abanga Yakubu ho say omo ye galamsey ɔmanpanyin ne NDC fo ebusa mo sɛ asɛm no akosi sɛn uye no firi a NDC mra hwɛ bejani ɔwɔ Ahafano South East your friend Mohammed Yakubu ɔhene bi pam no free na hemfie enam sɛ ɔyɛ galamsey hu no ebusa ɔmanpanyin sɛ akosi sɛn opa awowin MP or NDC MP or friend Honorable Oscar Ofori Labi e could be a friend Ghana coalition against galamsey ese papa no oye galamsey ye buso man penini NDC for ne se sa no man nyina no akwa akosisen me fa sa akonya we so maka cho man penin se ese me hia Ghana for hwe se obetu hu sa no ena hu sa na otu na emom no opponent and one adwin say obetu nani ade asi wo so cocoa farmers for esu sabi enche ye ene nsuo eyi fa amanfo omo nkran ha ene regents ni biaka o manpeni ka nwadi a wode prosecute opponents no kasa nwadi ni bi no fa ko hye sa ntokwa we mu se be ya flag no nsem no edi nsem wo mem ha na de me ka ko wie ne se me hye titafo me hye mo boss MPP chema wontumi egya ne mu me ka che mo se sabi ene ehia no MPP legal team for no ya ka che mo se omo file appeal no mo challenge decision a judge no edi aba na me wie no me pese wiasem nyina ati ase se chema wontumi abanku koma de da kotwe no eya amayosem sabi enya boni bi no akwakoye oye political prisoner amayosem ti ene de na koto abanku kuom eya amayosem ti ana NDC aban ena koto abanku kuom na yakopo oti ase no yeni se ebresem no kre eba bededi media mu nyina amase
Erastus Asaredonko ni hwehwe mu ba ko okoye ya ye ka galamsey ho asem no me so yemra Facebook ni emehwe DCC na yenim se ye jai hwe maminka ase minkyere mpanyimfo menim se amanyofo na eye sa galamsey no minim we ye mfa nkonkyiri minim se MPP mpanyimfo na ban mu mpanyimfo na hyehye galamsey fo na se yenim ye meka ye susu se meka ni straight yenim amanyofo a mu hye ade nachi ama mpanyimfo ode bra Captain Planet asem na meka 27 years ago mu hu se mema obi nsay asase no ye kan ye ntie ye hwe toy movie ni sa enne ode ye the drone ode bra Facebook na be hye de kwabrane ni politician no pani sika dinti we ye nyina ya kwasori akwakoye lent akobom pai se Yesu awuo o mi nyina nso kwasori dem obi kobo afode akese Sunday yi kobo afode akese de nyankopo asese nyankopo adoma mananya sika na sika fin wei sa sika fin wei sika gise wase obi asase sika tese ye bu nuagu sika tese ye sei obi ensuo wasa no yemfa ho bra Facebook na wo de bra be hwebi de me kan say ye hu sei make Captain Planet hu asema na me kan hwe de aye no hwe ni pada sani ya tenase ama kro aye to go de kro ho tantan ye wo koko wo ho koko na sai hwe de ya ye nsuo amanyofo hyase MPP mpanyimfo hyase we nya mfe na me ba beto sabi yenimomo we know them yenimomo na hyase mpanyimfo no do okwa wom na ban na won so mu nim de omuka Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, he knows the people. Jinapo wonim those people. Benito Usubio, they know the people. Deputy Minister munim krofo mo hihya ase say yenso munimomo mo di soldiers akọ, you know that the soldiers know them. Erastus Asaredonko ko akire enyoma ni bi wo hokra wo kwa na wo sia fem utie nyoma na mpanyifo na mo keka wo ye ya na de nkrata bi aba begina ho enti common sense obia yesi ye nim nyansa nim de ni hunumu at this time na politician ne tenkran ti kumase na ni kroma first no na insuo no yetimi sabinom no watena se ni sika penti wasensuo no yen found because o kan hwi ensi because o office kan wi a ohene na otena se me ton sa asase no ohene no obenya gold kakra ye wi asase kan nyina no ye de beba ba be ye edan ewa ha na ye nananum num sofi eku omo ho no mu nya yade no mu nya cancer no mu nya dental fluorosis no mu omu wu via ye de be se bonsam na onana ti krom ha o papa ti krom ha ni ye hu sei ni ye ka ho asem broni 27 years ago ohun se e wose ye boy asase ho ban e wose ye boy mframa ho ban e wose ye boy nia ho ban into odi bi ye friend Captain Planet ne say sa captain no so mu friend no ba obi a na o se asase ni bia yate Operation Vanguard yate de hwan yate a soldiers aboka ye koba ya enso nani na ye pika na no me call convention wo Eastern region insuo bremu nsuo a ye say osatifo enum bi insuo nani aye brown ebe dan ni wotimi anum bi ya sensuo no bebia ne convention no wo bebia asase wo no ekire ho nyina wo mu tu left and right asase no left and right ade ne ye ho sa na we are na politician na sa ba be gina ho no akeka brofo na nkran na president abegina ho ne aka brofo na abugina po abegina ho na no so aka brofo we need to there's a need for we have to the me say ya dwen ye trimodin panifo no enti so muti enkran ka brofo a no mo ho ye mesre se wo muti enkran ho ka brofo na ye twabo no mu kogina air condition mu no mu ka brofo a no mo ho ye mesre because o mu nka no kre politician kanu omutirimo dindodo omu nyini nipa ho enti se pa wona nanum ye sanso we se anka benya bianom hwe galamse na ekozu no multimedia ye de kra to ho ne ye bewie kra no na ye mom ne ehu amane hwe ba bia rastos ntise ye kuni free ye de kra to ho se de be ya enuoma be ye ye enuoma no ne ye se attack yen ye multimedia wunti ye na enyumre anopa ye busa to da bi kro bi na odaha obeba na kwabrani owodan odaha 2 o'clock because e was a cover story ni nyina ye nneoma ye nka wa akire ho wunti to da bi a ye da be 12 ni asori be 3 because ye research ni dia ba na sanyoma we ya kan ye twa bo 2017 na Akufo do twa bo e de to wo say ye mfa ye wieye na party ye say party here sika ye wieye professor from Pombo atini na busuafo antimi ansobo galamsey no e ma galamsey afekire ne se ama enne asase na say ye nyina nim krofo mu say no ye wia ne asabe kabrofo ye nim krofo no enti abugina podede na ya mo ye ne mo kasa gegegege ni brofo akese ni we need to ni hwan no munyai ka because you are a failure galamsey fight no you are a failure monya ma say yesika kwa na ha ne yenya hwe abrochen ka munyina nka ye de mo be court but aha no de ode be court no kra usro president aha de ode be court no usro minister so just sifoi ye adwuma kra ne etia wo mu yeni hana minister MP ba ko kan say eduru ba bi kra na Operation Vanguard ni be wie no na nkofo pre say yemfo mu kan next batch no ho because sika nkofo nya ye froze ha galamsey nyoma fight yi mu no ginyame they know what I'm talking about sika yenkoko galamsey hwe wa hwe yenyini nipa ho omo ye innocent people obewie na makura konani na ne honama ye basa ne wawu owiwi a sa panyin wei ya no mutete Pentecost omuti Presby omuti Methodist omuti sa anyoma nyina Easter yi omukra ne bo afode kese e wa sorry dem mimintia se ye nkasa ye tu ye godo ba mitia illegal mining kamenya na Ghana for ye tu ye gold ni ye but how many times the enka ho asem broni nu hu sa anyoma no China ni na wo say unsuo na wo de ama no na ne kroma ye kama China ni no China no ye we obekun China ni no obekun China ni no obekun so when you muko Facebook President Nado appointed that failed him in the fight against Galamsey. MP bi na kaye. To kwa betimi ehu de okaye. Oman krasan krofo nim. They are making money. They are making money. How? Erastus nyame Israel. Ghana fo be hu adwuma a wo ye. Ghana fo be hu multimedia sacrifices. Sika ye de hyemu said the be ya ye be risk your life. Yetimi duru ba bi kra reporters ni duru ba bi a na ye poma buomo aden a insrafo na motete wa no ayem ho NDC fo chese ye mpa no kro mi hu bi da de bia me kasa asem we no kre na ye eden na insrafo aka enye no kre eden wo de eden ba ne ye kan enye no kre de bia me kasa so se enye no kre na ye tan aban na o kwa akoto nyoma fa wo MPP card ko o se metuma na akufu adonti petrol no monte so mame sa wo kwa akoto bayira o se metuma na akufu ado enti monte so mame na do party card akọ se na janto mu ye NDC for na ye ka no kra ne na so mpa no problem wo de wuduru joma fa wo MPP card ko ne ka se 2020 hwe wa wo ton bayire metuma na akufu ado enti me so te so mame uduru ba bia wo kọ shopping mall wo kọ ba bia na wo to a obobo ne ma na o ka se ye 500 Ghana cedis a now the MPP card na kire ne say oh metuma na akufu ado enti me so wa te so mame mo amusi dan iron rods na first no na ne bo 3200 te say ne number 8000 no uduru na akoto iron rods na wo se na janto mu ye NDC fo mu nka no kre enti yenya ye toma na akufu ado ye MPP for no now the card na command the oton iron rods no ne hwe party card na eye MPP na obete so amaw cement na ye nyina eto no 50 Ghana cedi ni 55 ni 60 no o de wuduru ho a o so me ha ho NDC for ni the tomo mu 60 na ye to man na akufu ado ne de ye de party card ni ntete so o de amunya ne saa ade ne enka no kresa o man nya twum yesa ye nyina enim sa ade ne nye but wa obeka no a problem na uti kromu ha kakoko ye adwuma kama de hame kra ni se bebi etu go koko ni gold no ehia wo mo empanyufo ni nim sa de we de ono no bo koko no ontimi nta golden bee na ye de koko sika ne ye golden bee ho no o ma mu fo mu hwene nka no mu tinka ne timi ko golden bee ekoda ho na de oye obo farm no oye koko no ne more awu na milk kra wonya milo kra woni binom chocolate kra wondi bi da but ono na ye sa koko no na panyi ate akotena office no akabrofo a Greek minister no akabrofo no atena nkran na o se o mu amoka se nyoma boodin no eye akra nko a enyoma boofo no aka ne saa no awie sa wo free hair konkran na o hye nkrofo a omo ye nyoma omo ton nyoma na egugu ho na yenye obi obeto then you ask yourself why adeni ye hu sa emeburu ni adwuma sanyoma we ni eka ye ni nyina wo ka omso omuntie wan say enne enyem na meka ye o economic intelligence unit omo mutimi ye nhwehwemu predict no omo se 2024 MPP be lusu NDC be wini ne mum Joma Hama ene ye asem but nana janto na kai be ka se mi NDC se omo kwa kan tell land ni so ye NDC because ye mpen hwehwemu ye mpen krata asem ye mpen no kre enyoma nkoye enyoma boarding enkofo ni adwuma ye sa enyoma we ban ye nka wa ha na akufado ne nkrofo o ka omo so mo ye ade hwena no enyoma mo bekeka ye enyoma nye enkoye enyoma ye ka che Joma Hama se Joma Hama wa bon ontimi nya no na akufado ye no west ye nyina ye nim se enkoye ba mo nyina mu nim but mo be defend asofo amia no obi amia na no obi e ka de ope mo nim se enkoye oba wie school wote won chan onya adwuma nye oba wa wie school wote won chan so onya adwuma nya mebo a oba no e no to no so onya adwuma nye ye fa na adwuma nso a nsem bebre ene kra woni party card ye mfaw woni party card ye mfaw party wa wo to ma MPP no but yes wo ni MPP card nti kura ne yem faw sa nyoma we ekom ye de ani mmabunu na sia ekom adi omo obi awie school oni adwuma ye trebia wusi omo na no omo di nkoma na wura ho unya nka beboa no wo sika nka beboa but eni ho because okana mani husem obi be bresa obewie akokra obewie 60 years no da so bre teacher ni chiradia 30 years obewie na
of that government. Even if I'm not, I will God dare anybody. Our NDC official. I will bet try so best support to Galamsey. And I just I say Messi Ukruba.
I said okay, we serious about that.
Massa. Eh?
Say we won't play my microphone.
It's not going to happen. Oh. Have you forgotten the track record is there? Oh. Are you aware, Sir President? I mean, I'm investigating Jida. Me na me mama me investigate Jida. Report no ha. I investigated Jida. Jida no na enkrofo business company. No way I mean afofo. They were my friends. But na near cost no na nye. President Mahama said go investigate. Almost everybody called me meetings near threaten me. And they were ye unim so me financiers. And they were we unim so na say na dey no mo ye. Is it good? Is it good for the country? Is it good for the party? Is it good for us as a nation? Say, we are not accounting for money. Basa. And thank God for President Mahama, who never once, I tell you, not pressure. Damn, Mrs. The pressure is too much.
Wow, uncle Fono.
Pressure need too much. Pressure also, apart from the negative pressure, no. Who's there negative pressure, the positive pressure? What is the difference? Negative pressure and they say yeah tata war near threaten war near free war near from meeting near born training near do near do so I have evidence. Oh
hey
me I'll be part of that government even if I'm not.
Provides a lot of foreign exchange for the country as well, including employment of close to 2,000 workforce.
The chief of Aboifie, Nana Ando Aka, is a living testament to this.
Hospital company there. Sua yenom sabi ajana kura mpom ye ne aban ajana bia wa. Nti individual bi na se osi oye ne fie kura na se ajana wo ho company na ode the tractor na ni fidi de schools ne ye kwan yi kura mpom. The do maybe na say show tonan kwadai says company na momode amfam afige bi antwaso school kwadai kwa hu omo obobe.
The company has 14 timber concessions in forest reserves in the Awin municipality and Wasa-Memfi in the western and western north regions of Ghana. Just a few meters from Samraboy is this beautiful rainforest, the Tanonimri Forest Reserve. It has served as the company's major source of timber and the community's constant supply of natural resources for years.
You know, we have 3 big reserves. Tanonimre is one of them, including Yoyo and then Boyne River. So these are 3 major reserves that we have in terms of size and then the kind of timber that we get from these reserves. Right. We have species like mahogany, sapele, Asamfina, Wawa, it's a whole, every species, even including species that you would have thought, you know, you would not find them here. So it tells you the kind of reserve that it is. It's a very rich reserve.
The Tanonimri Forest Reserve was gazetted in 1935 and vested in the President of the Republic of Ghana in trust for the Omanhene of Awin traditional area. It covers 205.9 square kilometers, equivalent to about 29,000 standard football fields. You could describe the relationship between the Tanonimri Forest Reserve, Samatex, Samraboy as symbiotic. They depend on each other. Trees are harvested to feed the company, employment is created, the company employs indigenes and reforests the reserve for the next felling cycle. And so opinion leaders of Samraboy like Alhaji Salisu Mohammed Abu understand the importance of the forest and the company to their existence.
It's a nature man-made by God. So this particular forest, the destruction of forests will affect the climate of our country. That's not how God has given the climate to us. But we are destroying the forest, and it will affect us in the near future.
The Forestry Commission carries out what we call stock surveys. And out of the results of the stock survey, some tree species are allocated to the contractor to remove only those species and leave the rest for the next felling cycle, which is 40 years. This natural forest, as we are talking about, sustains itself by relying on the seeds that has been produced from the overgrown and mature trees, which are lying on the vegetation floor. So after the felling, the canopy openings provide opportunity for the dominant seeds, which are on the forest floor, to germinate and grow into the individual diameter classes.
But this bond between Samatex, Tanonimri, and Samraboy was soon to face a survival test occasioned by a new wave of illegal invasions of forests for gold. Ghanaians used to mine with simple tools. However, between 2008 and 2013, the Ghanaian small-scale mining sector experienced a significant influx of Chinese miners with capital, equipment, and new mining technologies. With the connivance of powerful Ghanaians and under the protection of politically exposed individuals, notable forest reserves have come under attack by illegal mining. The situation got worse. Between 2017 and 2024, notable forest reserves like Apawasa, Apamprama, Tano Anwea, Subri, Krokosia, Tano Nimre, Boy Tano came under severe degradation. Dr. Hugh Clement Adokwe Brown is the Chief Executive Officer of Ghana's Forestry Commission.
Especially over the past maybe 4 to 5 years, there's been significant attacks on our forests for gold. Currently, we have 44 forest reserves that have been impacted by illegal mining, mainly in the Ashanti, Western and Western North regions. Of course, we have a couple of them in the Savannah region and Upper East, but the bulk seems to be centered around Ashanti, Western North, and a bit of Eastern region.
At the peak of the invasion of forest, the Tanonimre Forest Reserve was not spared. The woes of Samatex Timber Company started in 2021 when a group of miners invaded the forest illegally with heavy equipment. What followed was a series of attacks on this valuable ecosystem.
They managed to evacuate, more or less flush out the first group that came. That was around August 2022. Before this group could take out their machinery from the forest reserve, Akonta Mining quickly took over the place, this time around with heavy armed personnel, claiming that they have a mining lease inside the Tanonimre forest reserves. But to the best of our knowledge, we knew such a thing had not happened. Because as a major stakeholder, if the Forest Service Division wanted to give out such an area for mining, as a key stakeholder, having a concession there, we would have been informed. So we were resolute that yes, they never had any. We did our checks, and truly there was nothing of that sort. But unfortunately, this company kept on. We don't know the kind of powers that they had. All the authorities gave a deaf ear to all that they were doing. And they persisted to carry out those illegalities in the Tanonimre Forest Reserve.
For weeks, the Tanonimre Forest was plundered by Akonta Mining Limited, with no intervention from government or regulatory bodies. The unchecked destruction provoked resistance from residents, culminating in violent confrontations with the company's armed security. Gunshots were fired, a company vehicle was torched, and people were injured. According to Samuel Ejapon, second trustee of the Timber Workers Union of Samatex.
Press conference against a contaminant. Wabura Tanonumri Forest Nemo, Opese or say a forest no. Na Yenny Union so Ejigina Muse, Yen Shema Sadiano, Encoso, if you say a Nananum Adia and Asem Penny for Adia, or Moody Ejaya in my near Chiliman, so say a shesu. It's in the Socase, and your noa, na a yentro, Emma, Nemcrophone be crampo, ebe betu to ha, Emma be kaya wake abako, Emma ne car crampo no, Eja tonica, essay.
Deputy National Director for Arocha Ghana, an environmental conservation and sustainability organization, Darrell Bosu, describes the invasion as a sad situation.
The Tanonumere case is one sad situation because we saw a government in power and persons connected to the government in power use that exposure and connection to have access to a forest reserve that was really thriving and one that was also providing significant services for communities close by. As we know, the Tanonumere is a very important forest ecosystem, providing source of water, connecting to the tunnel, and also supporting cocoa agricultural activities within the surrounding areas. But we saw how political collusion and also persons connected to Akonta mining, as we know, and is on record, effectively had access to this forest reserve, sidestepping the role of the Forestry Commission, even sometimes using other armed gangs to intimidate Forestry Commission officials and having access to this forest, eventually mowing down the forest so they could mine in it.
A vast portion of the forest.
To that. It means that all the investments they've done is going to go overboard. They even plan having a tourism facility within this forest because it borders on the Tano River. They even started putting up chalets. So even if they were not logging, they were going to earn money from the tourism. Now, because of this mining, the water is so polluted that you cannot have any meaningful tourism.
The invasion of the Tanonumere Forest Reserve, along with the government's seemingly lenient approach, sparked a wave of attacks on a natural asset that has sustained livelihoods for years. The Akonta Mining Company's invasion of the Tanonumere Forest Reserve set the tone for a series of attacks on the forest for gold. And our investigations revealed shocking findings. We forced our way through fallen trees and thick undergrowth to reach illegal mining camps concealed deep within the Tanonumere Forest Reserve. Hundreds of gold-hungry miners were digging and washing the forest floor, tearing it apart from the inside out. These are artisanal miners armed with metal detectors, pumping machines, pickaxes, and shovels. They evade forest guards by navigating hidden routes through the reserve. And some even cross the Tano River on the blind side of their patrols to gain access. At first glance, they may seem easy to dismiss, but the scale of destruction they unleash is immense. In just few days, they bring down mature trees and leave lasting scars on the forest in their relentless quest for gold.
This guy and his team felled this tree. Come here and tell me. Stand here. Bijinaha. Ekwame na mfa so amutudia.
Acho ye de pick no. Ye bass ya from an bar not to.
So he says they use the pickaxe to gradually eat under the tree. It did not say as an motimate to us here.
Okay, we were a 5 days a 2.
He's saying that at least 5 days it takes them to eat under this tree gradually, and then it goes down.
Some of them run when they see us. Some, they play hide and seek. The same way they play hide and seek with the forest guards. Others ignore us and continue with their work.
Who owns this site?
Who owns this site? Probably we may not know because we are newcomers at this place, so we cannot probably tell.
Who do you work for?
Who do we work for? The one who is our leader is not in.
Yes. What is his name?
Actually, I don't know his name. I came later part of it, so his name I don't particularly know. But probably we call him Malam.
Malam. Yeah. So you are responsible for all the felling of all these trees?
Not actually, because a lot of people have worked at this place and then they left. Not
you
only
also came to work.
Yeah, and even for us, we are even doing recycling. Not just that maybe we are working, because all what is left and then we are now doing, you can see that all over the place is now covered by swamp. So it is not a real land that we are now taking.
But you're also deepening the devastation. You are digging, you are washing, and all these things go into the environment.
For washing we does, but actually it is not us that did all those work that is here.
So I can confidently say that what you're doing here is illegal.
Okay, you can say that. But for the fact that you happen to come and then we are also here working, probably you can say that. Yeah.
What is this? How would you describe what you're doing here?
Okay, this is shooting is small legal mining that we are doing. Yeah.
Did you say legal?
Okay, fine. So this is small. Okay, sometimes the reason why I say so is that.
So describe it for me. What is this?
Like the one we are doing here. It is small illegal mining. Sometimes when there are people around this place, we normally tell them the truth. You know, when you come to Galamsey and then you have to catch the co-workers, it doesn't probably mean that they are the people that is influencing the illegal mining. But the people sitting in their house, particularly for the land, or they normally introduce the land for you, they are the very people that enhance the destruction, not we, the co-workers.
Just at the edge of Ashurin, a small farming community in the Bekwai district of Ashanti region, excavators are busily attacking the wetlands. The mining activity is happening inches away from the Bekwai Esiwa Road. The only thing separating this illegal activity from the tarred road is this fencing of roofing sheets. The EPA's environmental assessment regulations prohibit destructive activities, including mining in environmentally sensitive areas like wetlands, without thorough environmental impact assessments and special authorization. Mining in and around wetlands, such as river basins and marshes, requires explicit approval per the Water Resources Commission Act 1996, Act 522. But Joy News sources within the Ashreni Traditional Council indicate no such licenses have been adduced by the miners. The only document shown to them is a letter signed by Deputy National Coordinator for COMSDEP, George Dazi Jr., authorizing mobilizing of equipment to go on site for cooperative mining. A cooperative mining with no indigene as a shareholder, no EPA permit, and no mining license from the Minerals Commission. But already, the Subin River has been polluted, the wetlands gone, and mining inching closer to the main road. A man who calls himself Joshua called our news team claiming the site is a cooperative mining initiative. When I asked of his documents, he hung up.
From Joshua, cooperative mining, your office, a work school, a primary school, after you have started every man. You say will be at the end, will be at the oh, for not just your own person abandoning to a demon baby man.
My number way or WhatsApp, child license in the Sunday.
Reporting for Joy News, Erastu.
For years, residents in the Adansiansoka district of the Ashanti region have witnessed large operations of illegal mining, with the latest activity happening just behind the walls of the Agenda 111 project in the area. Deep open pits are dotted across the large field of land that sits immediately behind the abandoned hospital. When Joy News team visited the sites, the miners were actively excavating the land, laying pipes connected to mechanized borehole and pumping water to dig and wash for gold. At least 3 excavators were sighted actively pillaging the earth crust for the mineral ore. The muddy sludge from their operations creep into the precincts of the hospital and homes close to the sites. Their illegal operation happened under the full glare of local government authorities, as the site is only located just 500 meters away from the district assembly and the district police headquarters. Assembly member for Bojusango in the area, Ejukum, is distraught over the illegality. Where the illegal mining is happening is disheartening. It is right behind the Agenda 111 project. This hospital was to help us get access to health care. When we approach the miners to demand that they stop the illegality, they tell us they have the mandate to mine.
Oba omo ayachi omo krebe yi omo amoma baye omo guarantee say and galamse ni de ya obi anu obetimi aka ho asem to yet mamuni that's okohu a na ja waka wanu atum.
The residents had hoped that the facility would soon open, but are now worried over the environmental implications of the mining activities on the facility.
Yawa adanse asukwane ni hospital kese bia etinyame adawro ma aban obetwa mu no.
We don't have any major health facility in Adansia Sokwa. Through the government, we have this Agenda 111 hospital, but Galamsey has taken over the land.
Agenda 111 emaso dia ba ye Galamsey esan say eben a police for office assembly nsuni.
The Galamsey is happening close to the police office and assembly, but nothing seems to be happening to stop them. The traditional leaders should step in.
The district assembly is yet to comment over the development in the area, as residents insist on safeguarding the hospital facility. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel.
Using patronage of Lake Bosomtwe, one of Ashanti region's most prized tourism destinations is facing the danger of illegal mining invasions.
Down in the belly of this crater is Lake Bosomtwe, surrounded by mountains and greenery, the pride of Ashanti, and one of the major tourism destinations in the Ashanti region. But right here on this hill, illegal miners have besieged and tried to destroy the only substance that separates the two, this mountain and Lake Bosomtwe. And as you can see, illegal miners have eaten up this forest, gradually digging deep towards the valley of this great resource.
Here at Beposo, illegal miners, mostly indigents of the town and others, have been digging and washing for gold, threatening danger close to the buffer of the lake.
As you can see, the illegal miners are digging gradually deep, eating into the only layer that separates this mountain from the valley of the lake. As far as gold goes, the illegal miners will continue to dig and dig until finally there is nothing left, and that will start leaking mining residue down this mountain into the valley of the lake itself.
The miners have laid pipes connected to a mechanized borehole, pumping water up one of the mountains surrounding the lake, using it to dig and wash for gold. They've already cleared a substantial part of the mountain, but they push on with the trajectory of the line trace of gold, leading them even close to the valley which hosts this great lake. The Ashanti Regional Minister in a Facebook post said the owner of the site, one Richard Entry, claims to have lawfully acquired the land, adding that investigations are underway to ascertain whether he has requisite mining licenses. But the illegality is not limited to this mountain at Beposo. In the valley of the adjoining town of Konkoma, just below Lake Bosomtwe, illegal miners have taken over, mining with impunity. Today, based on social media reports on the illegality around Lake Bosomtwe, national security operatives have seized equipment belonging to the miners. But our drone caught another excavator sitting in the mining mess at Konkoma.
This is Kontanase. Now to my right, this road leads to Lake Bosomtwe, which is a major tourism attraction for Ashanti region. Now a few meters on this road is a town called Yase, which is also very close to the lake, and that is where illegal miners have pitched camp doing unsustainable mining within that enclave.
There is a belief, say, hey, dear. Now, a man for Busa say, a dying na chairman Wontumi judgment beba. Ubi di kain eti, I catch it ubi. I catch it Wontumi no crown and Cassan. Say, o judgment no say, and a backroom. And a nuance on a beam. And a nuance on a beam. If the Morrisampo air came, and Morrisampo air they say, obey issue all the text messages no on Wontumi air, you know. What the back to my young be. I'm a real who send a message send about phones will be Sunday. Wontumi or the command wine. I'm a real who say before the day of judgment of Chairman and Chubosiako, there's another chairman. Now, gurus be from the NDC. Edika Quater watcher.
Demand Sika.
Demand Sika. Sika, yes, I'm only going to judge you. But I say, your information. And information said the Mawa.
The Jessica.
So, what I say? Now, according to Justice Shram, what was I say? Same side. The Deputy Attorney General. Or say, almost a confiscate a very say, Wontumi, ne assets. Now, Wontumi is seeking for plea bargain. Our the Exim Bank issue no. And the amount for I say, but I want to me, now I'm not going to see some of the bad day. Once our mine or do mine Canadian. Until say, or mine is a becker, the Ossie and Sakano. Wontumi is not getting near ma. I don't Satoso. He's not getting it. Never ban is Satoso. No. Wontumi is not getting it. As we speak, there has been some revelations, sir. In fact, I have a pa and a pa many a question Dinkobo. Chairman Kwasinti, a former NDC MPP chairman of Araza Formana. In fact, now or your guru pa is a or first vice ever Santa region. Now there is this information so I say Chairman Kwasinti being the Ashanti Regional First Vice Chairman hopeful, once in his lifetime, allegedly sent a text message or made some statement. John Dramani Mahama Sakanye, editor NPP Gurus Mienu Okrumha. Tio, none statement Nina say. Wontumi must be jailed. Wontumi tum. Mahama Wontumi tum. Wontumi anamo ayanti ase. Allegedly, Akwasinti, I person be yano. Was oko contest. Inti no yamfanto ha. Na yasimpa info me bi ko pa chaw. E de ma Wontumi. E ojo Mahama anim. Se de Wontumi aka bia no. Mahama mfanche. Omo ye MPP gurus pa ne ba ko NPP gurus pa ba ko munya no kwa no be na fi party no chow. Pajo Mahama chow. Jirakoso. More than 15 minutes. On penny yesrel. Jamanenka. Untumi akola unu yakumano no. Jamanenka. Why obi a course de no kwa de court de na yesrel. Nsem bia oka e bia ha obi a Jamanenka. So mu wie ya no mampani nya message. Unya message on the phone so kwen. Obe video na ya akwasi nti. Munchi Wontumi ntum. No sa de send om sa monye. Mo nkrofo no wa bi kura susu say. Wontumi wo so yedai. Odem. Eno me kan ha say. There is so much hypocrisy in MPP. Omo ye nya twom. Nya twom pa. Amanfo mu jubilate wo dem come na me nu bom say wa no. I mean to me video. I want to me man the picture. I can't to me as someone. The picture I'm going to dance with. Madam, want to me as some American no pay you. MC. I'm sorry for most sorry. I want to me as some naba. Ojama?
Sir Mike.
Na chama want to me. Chama for mu dia grow a damn. Boss it hey. Our damn on agro. Now MPP started on voting on Monday. Many panipa bi kasai. Na so panipa ne ka kire me nra me reho pa. Ibisa na say. Ade na wo vetting no, and before vetting no. Asante region de nka even day no a. Ye kan say untumi bibi nti. Ye ntumi yemba no ko je no. Man try say must suspend even the vetting no cry for even 2 hours. Wakati amesema moja party ya Juma. Jama? So moja party ya Juma.
Asemu.
Enti party ya Juma no moye. Di party ya Juma na aba no moye enti no. Ende de say untumi de ende a lawyer for.
Ono ho asem na aba. Nye party asem. Ti ono nkwa nkogina na wonko mfama no ho. Sa na tie. Ena say Mike yesi abo bebeka we firi Wontumim. Ora said the asemu a wo kan se enipa mienu kopa chaw na party ni mu asa do to jagu mu ma mampani adwene se sa ye no a enti ne yesesa abo bebeka we firi Wontumim.
Sada Wontumi so people believe say what tie nipa bebre na so do do. Ma me kwa man so na me ne the darling boy edema chairman entry Bosiakon. In fact bapai say oka Wontumi a na waka ne pa ne papa no mo wiase aka ono ankasa ne si wu ya me koyie ne bi ti ne si ankasa nte ase ne se no ma aka wiase emienu omu nyina so e battle e wo court Maxo Kofijima na chairman entry Bosiakon. The Asante Regional Communication Director for the MPP Paul Kwabena Yando. Paul akwa ba no pay
me say Mike eju so
bibia boko de
bibia ntimi nya boko
aden
so we need to the cost the NDC ne the president John Dramani Mahama omaka abumwa yama Wontumi 20 years wonko di won sawam we ebetima boko
na Paul ase moko opposition there obre pa o Paul I know who 2 strong fathers nyina no eze kwa Kofijima de enso kwa yenim so no ba ka ho prison. What is happening?
Sir Mike no na my kase abatu wo nsunsuanso abatu bia wukwa kotu bia no ehun nsunsuanso no ebeba so bekaya last year around September MPP 4-year demonstration eka say yensuro ahunahuna demonstration chese dia ekoso ewo MPP boafemu no time achichi basa te kwan ya ye faso a ye kwachi obi woni dem ene kra de o masa tie si TikTok so wo mo kata wo TikTok enku ni panku awansere enku ntatia eno kasa keke no abra criminal libel law ya repeal say untimi ma obi kasa wo kasa kra no entimi nye criminal ye yini nyina free wo say freedom of speech, freedom of expression emranya djuma that's what is said ya okay fitis ye lusu ye and this if what time yes sa adan hwe untumi nipa bako ye freezing account you're freezing the mobile money. You're seizing the pickups. You're seizing the excavators. You're revoking the license. Nipa bako every 3 days you be a report to Yoko. Every 1 week you be a or report to a CID. You're in the pictures as to all border towns in Ghana. What you say? Just a Nimpabwa, Nintaria, Yakosisa. Wontumi cast yakosisa tese dear by intimi prison term yi by anya me wanwa go no ti Ghana ha na oti ono ani kromu na nkata no aban tumi e ma ne ho nto no dear ba de nko na mu je free wontumi ho a wa hwe judgment bi aba beto ho wontumi concession onye mining wo so da yedi concession ni ma no onye mining wo so da okoye no eso asei no se obi enu akube wo so obi ni akube wo so na nipa no ekoye illegal mining e wo so a ene hwede akwakoto no meanwhile no it has been established wo court ho kra ni say onye galamseya anase concession na ho aba asem no o akwa no illegally ana ofa akwa papa so na nsa kaye ono ankasa okura ofa akwa papa so na nsa ekura ne krata ekura no o enso so ye say yakona ta so akohu sei ena nipa na wo ye bone no ndc fuachi no no maka kire ne say wo na wo ye bone no but ye jai wo nemo mbra na bedi adanse tia wontumi se ono na ama wo ye illegal mining abra asase no ene wontumi na nkata no okura proper document eya papa.
But Paul, did you see it coming? Because a month ago I saw a video of you are now pleading patches mama hama emfa wontumi entum now what can who ahead of time ana.
Oh, sir, Juma ye say who as a journalist who experience Niema Uyem. And I mean so as a politician, no experience Adea Miyem. I say ni lawyer Ebeka say a quiet didn't fast work court no one bida. Because a lawyer or share other clients. If you have court date in the crown or catch on who and now I did court we see. Me wo court bi e wo se mom ti Derby bra court we da be ka so onko sa court no mom so pon a sa bra ne ento case ni so eti akwa se e kwan e de ni ankasa ni lawyer e fa so no e signal wo ka bibi kire wo se enye kwan papa e ma ni lawyer e twi ni hu fra se no se asem ya e koso e die se mra pa ni Ghana court wo ye nyina ye nim ene e de ye adwuma dia and say niema because am na twi ne ho free ho eti when certain circumstances a unity will be more you can clearly see say it is heading towards baby enye. That is why I preempted it. I chop na me de pa president mama na me nim say opa na tewo wontiu so mo aso na abo mutirim po say omo pese omo yes ade ne dia e na omo ya awie.
I see, but Paul, so far, since Monday, I don't want me call here. Me say, "What do you want to me, your papa?" That be na kwa hen.
Say Tuesday no na Andra no na ye me vetting. Position me call as the regional secretary no. Me call vetting Andra me da number 2. And I was say me we sa process no so ansana me wana mo bia me timi atu. Nti there are series of Niema Enra as a region we share chairman a champon first vice chairman obesi chairman nemo Emma issue ya discuss nneɛma bebree a yɛba ba bitu. Nti yɛbɛ follow saa nneɛma no. Na me asoso no me bɔ mmɔden na makɔ hɔ ɛnɛ makɔhwɛ no ansa na region deɛ no so atumi aba so.
But beyond the region ɛbɛyɛ no I say chama Wontumi asɛm ba yi original executives and said that and show up in support of Wontumi, especially Okoko to
Oh, minia on say dynamics no enye peu. Se wo aban mu a there are a lot of things are attracted to you. What I say, and I will bow position so there are things that are also attracted. What I say, unya odono ankasa unya a say udinya as a party. Jamikra put me family home as an example. Be a communications director. Time and near kasa wa bemuno. And nay ye lose ye o kasa watch am no crano. Eyana nipan peso beti kra. What I say, that is why I devised ways and means here. But they come after more. But catch attention. I feel me nipan attention in we are. Now if you are seven kasa me person me kano. But me I can. It is naturally nan kasa no. Odo a ye woman ye party ni we no. Na uluso ni nyina aba from. But ene afei na pick it up kakra ye hihye saa bedru baby a ye do. So you will not expect that. He said yanke nimu no e wa ban mu a fair weather friends me be ba na hwehwe animu fuei ni atiasi mu ni sei no. And then wunya ne saa. But kakra me de minimum say na dwumaden a obeye ye as chairman from 2014 2016 yenya power 2020 yenya power 2024 ni lose ye enti mo a 2016 yenya power munya party ni so mfaso 2020 yenya power munya party ni so mfaso ta mfaso no a munya ye no obi ene koye adwumaden ema sa power no eba bedu ye nti se wo se wotan Wontumi se wo se mpenasem se wo se watietia wanim waye wo de Wontumi aminim yi sikani a osambre ne ho ase ohun a oboni mu ase prekope enti me hu otan a obi beka se wo de tan Wontumi ana se Wontumi aye bibi I don't get it to me ba ana wotwe light ewura wo fie mu a enema bebre na light no edi eyuto fan befa bi iron befa bi TV befa bi fridge befa bi eti to me na ebedu fie no kofo bebre nya so faso ma hu se Wontumi enya aban appointment bia obeka se na nka wo na o se edi sa minister ne ma wo na ready koma Wontumi ma hu bibia sa o ti ase nti yensusu ema nipa ho enye yehi na ye develop odo mum ema nipa otimi bua ma chisepa etimi ko ude bisa ho se ede be pa titru na ndisi fu hu wo Wontumi mu a ye de ne fa o how ne bebrese we mu to the extent say 20 years jail term ede be ude bisa ho tena se na ye critical analysis of the situation. Say ya jini bibia na ya sa hwe so say won kodamu 20 years now there is circumstance na ye man kodamu no ya chi obi a wo ye bone wo na asase so say nipa na ya che no ya se wo ya jawo na mo kodia dance krumu ti a wo fie wura no awrade.
But Paul who so say e die pa na edis for hwe Wontumi ho a so mo anya den ma wo munti or something ko prison. On se papa no odo MPP ena wotima wo dosrunko ema nipa woti ase na de bia wo ye bia no oyi nanim na wo ye suma ne ye yie it is over the other side na wo die nkoyi a on se NDC for no o ma try say they will break even in Ashanti emfa Who they share Wontumi performance? Oko Central Region, ye were 22 seats and a MPP for Yamutu.
Oko Volta region, there was 17 seats and there was 0. Oko Ahafo region, there was 6 constituencies. There were move 1. Oko Bono region, there were 11 constituencies. There were move 1. Ashanti region, 47 constituencies. No, there were move 39. On the end is for Debiam Kasa, Ashanti region, Yamute Kra, Yawini, Yamute, Adanamunka 50. Adantinamunka 60.
But we can say before then, now more 43. Right? In the say about 39, a Socrates. So it tells you say even with Wontumi, the NDC is gaining grounds in the Ashanti region. Previously 27%. Now a little over 32%. It tells you say with Wontumi, so the NDC was performing better in the Ashanti region.
With Greater Accra, near one majority of seats, Akoka 4 out of 34 in this way. I also saw no penifoni na network. Ana almost Wontumi national headquarters in Bibiano, and young crying overhead. I can see no, and you move 8 Nina Nin cry ho. What I say? It is stress. Wontumi born home. And the other part,
but no, Congress I will be able to say Wontumi without Wontumi. Poyando be yeden
asem na no aka no Bible mu no te asem na wie ye no do Nyankopon na suro no ni nyina ko wie sikasem me sibofo na atuo no na Wontumi so de anytime bia no because of who stem ye adwuma no ono ane me supporter me bibia no ti se me NDC for na kotumu 20 years idie areho na aba. But media minimum say nyame ti asie bibia no ebekọ akowie yie na mom sikasam de ebeye de amanipa tinipa hu me mobo me da number 2 na momwa me na mo ebe sikasam pa de a ebeye de amame
kwa me rekra ho me so anka meboa yo so no me hu ni wa we sa
but more day because they are yellow
forward na yere ne ma no are they in this country?
Say no or involve the family no into politics. And you know, omo share them who omo ni ade. But then no member modia ko ni fie ho na makɔhwɛ abusua no sɛnea nneɛma esi ɛkɔ. What I say? Aha. Sometimes you know, on say obi ho otu anamo bia o man abusua form ba mu kra ono nko ana ye ne politics ni bibia. But meko na makɔ akɔhwɛ dia ɛkɔ.
Obi asɛre message yesi atabi musa sɛ one chama Wontumi anante ache pa. Ne favorite food ye deɛn dia ne be pa no pa e bia sɛ daakye bia no obi yɛ sɛ ɔkakɔdom no akɔhwɛ no a obetimi ɛde akɔdom no.
Chama pefufuo ni live soup opepre kontwere pa.
I see. Prokontwere
opepre kontwere ntintini ope ntintini ndika ode be kopa ade a ye prokontwere na fa ntintini ka ho. So na unya odo aya ase bia na edu asie.
Oh, you're not saying a baby, and yeah, we saw the best of luck. Oh, you're number 2, right?
Patch me number 2.
Region, Paul Yando. Wabe cancer, ewa homans, you know, any encomo. Mini aquaba na pom to saying.
Obi, Ejoso.
Yate unkana ache.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Ebuso Ajuma ya, Chama Kaiser, regional secretary, you know. Then I'm from
the Ugu campaign, so.
Hey, Ukram.
Now, Neoma looking positive, my dear.
Wadaruma, Senya, when see Ama mileage, you know. A dinner decline of form.
Okay.
Maybe I be to be Poyando. Who do you see anymore? No, my research be crowd, and next week, Rebecca wants it.
Oh, okay.
Almost say visibility. Je fais partie ni a je no a yekunu
near tin in Nudabia to work MPP who somewhere. A for Yando.
Oh,
a advantage. Big advantage for him.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And we wish you well. Now, Nipa saying air contest secretary, no? Hey. Now, what of it?
The organizer, no, and a former MMDC in Bisubakwa, Odi for 8 years. And whatever.
ODDC for 8 years.
8 years. Sure.
And a person be regional secretary.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Now we are communication director no for someone so 8 years and
David me. Kwa echo MP wo Mampong.
Okay.
2023 yeah.
Ono kwa no mo de wo be share ho.
Let me tell you.
Oh, okay.
Me tell
you. Wow. Imagine that party position and we hold the obey director of communications.
Debut. My year police station chairman. I was a constituency for 12 years.
Oh, okay.
And son of Baba year constituency financial secretary for 4 years. And son of Baba reading. Abe communications director.
Oh, okay. Na ya o regional secretary o godfather nso a uni ne ho agro anko betimi aboa ma o campaign yakoye high court say onko dem 20 years o say wate
obi awe ho sempa na dia to jano at the end this for ye no me pa no mo ha bi no mo nim
oh
eye mimi po entokwa me kun eye mimi po mimi tokwa en wo mo ye no enya de kitwa na ayawe wo se vitendra o se enyi Dominic Frey mentima fa
yeah
but so because talkers will be come 20 years they used to Christo Crowell as obedi say I would mu 20 edema Wontumi kogu ekotu galamse e wo dan nachi aba ti krofo bedam e jo mu ani die bia wo mu ndi ni sesei Ujaje, omunji wo mani say ya na beni bomu a judgment day adu.
Do you share the opinion sir Enra mo general secretary a press conference for example now okasa chairman Wontumi political prisoner almost say the akoswe no targeted persecution chia na aban ni pese o che no na opekwan bi so de ne tum na enye se boni bi a Wontumi aye we pure politics o share sa opinion no
sa pepe na mami mo Justin Frimpong kodua abaso oni na bi titu in fact asembia two party ni bia sankofo mienu we omunja omu sausa oni afanyo market na mi sure omu papa na asemo kan ye na ye no kre because Otani suwa Wontumi so nipa ba ko to be anka te freezing accounts ni mobile money ya freezing tese ni pick up ni excavators even when you establish a class ni bibia you correct you follow still you be mano ni nyuma ne dia pen ne tabie ne papua ne cars ne gire mo ka da adan Wontumi aye dia ben eti general secretary asimo kan no eye no kra enne ebeso eye no kra wachira say eye politically motivated nya say bia boni bi na waye emom eye otan ne ahoye bia bia si ne so say wo ye kwasro ba from ye de aban be brewase ene pe eno na akoto no akra odin na me na freezing my account I think my swat ye temu agbogbo mu a ye freezing account from last year be si ne o da so ye Wontumi Afraid your man for Uncle Shima, there may be no mayo. Yo.
But what it then means, they say, Sisia ne dream of becoming national chairman for MPP, they say they know Atonsu Mon.
Oh, ain't been Tonsu. Listening to what the general secretary said, say a political prison, any adinako. And I don't think say umbe yusu eno
as your buane for and I say that the Bibia to the Suntino, Ontimi Enya. The General Secretary no estimate to the term political prison there. That is the opponent, my opponent indetermine your fate of people. What you say? Aha, indeed. I don't know maybe going forward, you know. The party me yet is big cassette. And can to me, you fine. That's when this is one I will say. And even though dance a woman, that's so forms no PPR, the Bemo of them, they are got two swabba. And can they me the papa?
Ah, now, Omoto Swabana, Owinia, now, where the national chairman, Neffins, are we more now?
Now, we need to say about fire. Hey, we need a book, Bruno, is that Paul Nisela? And what them were, and you to 2 years, Bruno, Pierre, or Muki, you know. Check. Give me there's some community when you know a man of power. I can bear me there.
Say, or once a women crowd, a man in contest it.
Yes, because because social time here, oh my God, yeah. Next 2 months, yeah, you call national election. And 2 months here, dear, so court to ever call vacation. Obi me boy, so we are lawyer.
Yeah.
I had to move a call vacation. It's the asset, the onion and 10 temna, finan 2 na vacation in bar. Not just say, we bet my koya appeal near the other. It's just a calculated at the bina, opposite will be. But the party, no. To make sure that Sabiana, Obiatna, planning, and Yajuma won't to me. Then a party to me, yes, and Cabaya me the pa. No, will be destiny, or Uncle Show will be them, especially and before.
And also, moment here, based on more constitution, a bad deal. I
know not making, but so you sue the term political prisoner, and now political prisoner. What I say, yeah, but come on. It's me church him, the lawyers and which me church him in a way be managed to live what.
Yeah. They are by the nature say the other competitors no ebe fanela. They are the miniatures will be to my contest no.
Na make say me banesa kebeboa amanesa so the party must continue.
Yeah.
They say they here and say bet me a capture power 2028. That Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia be president. Now how never be say na munyina every year never before ya breadodo. Ya breadodo. And when this is no. I mean him send it for more time yes
na wo hwe chairman Wontumi nso a say mo party fo ni bi so kra say de akoso yi o mo de o.
Na wo be ni pani bi o ma say that day red band abo muti na me de o tene. Wamu bua ebi bua o ti ase
yes
ade aye no papa no power no pema party no ena o buo no odos no nko but ebi mu so hu ne sa ase ahoya bi ni me pewa sembi a tu ni fa so bi ena o mo de eye no pa me ni ye adwuma no. Oh yeah, well you will be a penny pass and no drop out in the Juma and the a Juma Casa and the debt. That's we are then. We are there, will be before them, will be for them. What do I say? Some more would do money in the money, but to be the minimum, say, won't me by year, regional chairman from 2014. ABC and Naya Menuka, Yanya power 2 times. Last one you need lose here.
Yes.
And the way the party is on for 2 times, you know. And we say, Wontumi, nipa boni ni, and I say, I did not to Mujayoda. Kaka, wachi, say power nearby, no. The unya be crowd for Sutonzua, and you will be a year, Juma, and my bedroom baby.
Yeah, but Utie de Bimunso Castle no sono or step on so many toes into ma asana bebrina aye comb ye show ye yodium. And none of the SC.
Obia no crack. 70 people are extreme. It's a one I casa from time I started here to me. I've toned down, say, me punk or fortune, any of that. Don't have politics, you know. When it is you, once I will casa.
Yeah.
I think me sure say kasa no bebre no na akofa we nyina ba but they say they okwasu no ono na o sa bo ehina no ya de no ya mfa no saa
ba ufri say mo party MPP na emma no support ana ohia nyina
in fact obi ayi e friend say ye ba opposition de niam atiada o kofo bebra na mo ye active ni nyina atiada eno so kra ponti na emma me call regional secretary no because omo tida ye no bebrebe so de hwa asante mantem a ye to the free heaven nyina e boyando and a few people be okay say don't do na kasa atiada me bedroom kra last time no mo che no obaka party na bi ninka na nsia na say mosita bomo ne wa mo no omo akike kanye mabomu ne justice report kodua ne na bi ni afenyomo pega ne ma o parliament ne party no just pega spirit of the party no pega kakra enya wie but ko kakra the support ne de wo ho but pega ne ho se ne na me pe no but enra ye tie general secretary ne kasa mu no ka say the legal team no sorry na omakoye appeal no ma na boye no if you see nyina kabom at a party na ye hu ne say ade no MPP NDC emum nya boni bi no bia ya the collectiveness ne ba ebe boye pa the general secretary JFK nyaminsha no for sa ade na waye
enne say uko radio so Kumase na one Onyonko NDC ni bi argument no kase with the conviction and sentencing of Wontumi for facilitating illegal mining no in the yeka galamsey dia MPP for na modi muntintiman wo mo na yetimi di munipa atum for that illegality na den na obeka
obi adia many aje ho pa so obi sa me sa asem we na me won sharp first and foremost establish more beyond here, including NDC for no young person mobility and some the Rebecca Chomubiano Young convicted wound to me, say, or Galamsey, and I say Galamsey related issues.
Almost a facilitating
Galamsey breaching. Say, one day permission, every minister, and son or day assassin, Emma will be. Now, assassin and Catano, it was acquired legally. What you say? And I want to lose the papers legally. Nemo mono assassin or the money per chrono. And you also called the permission and sana. Papa, I dare know assassin legato. Eti when ye idea you galamsey at it ended from what better Tabiano, who knew now who your wife is the Ubesia. It is no clear woman say, young committee no. Based on say, why galamsey and I say, why illegal mining? What I say? I tell me the wa if galamsey wa can't be am I doing to me? It is almost fighting galamsey. That's almost fighting wound to me convincing way as example and your matiti or munim your mocha.
No, na say o share second charge na. Meba second charge ne ka say purposefully facilitating illegal mining, not just a ordinance assassin mine, say yemfanye illegal mining, wa facilitate illegal mining.
There be any no correct. Time or more court to one. Say, Ubisa, witness no cry, or say, won't to make crown one for any crime and assassin. If I be assassin, that I was say.
How much could you save by switching your car insurance to?
I was say, won't to mean anymore. It will add our own new assassin. Na one ma hoda no then who say what the illegal mining was so it am ka say asam no etim pobi no ma bona ya de to no so asam we etim nya no kre.
Very well, Mate inti yebehwe na ye de asi. We wish you well. It is a utimi bansa women nso a na wa ma yaso atiminim say ubehu Wontumi finally wansawem na ebia obepie free ne cell saba o she prison for ntare yi bia te untimi nyina obetime gina
mesu papa mesu ama me hu Mesuma the woman muna pie.
Oh.
If it's a yes say na me peno. And yes say no pen na brabo. E mo man this for and na e pen say and na ba mu ama wo mo. Meba. Na obi de hia me ni tikasem no. But mo de pa me no esi he to aso. Na ye campaign man because you tikasem na I go please you know 47 constituency to. Me koni now. Wasam no kra eda we are me kra no o se wuja to from you know boame
me hu we de kafra na yenhwe se nyame beto nsupa gu campaign so no watimi awie ni why
obi me do ase me sure papa
bibia ni a yebedi hu nko I mean me hu amanfo a esre regional minister say onhwe mpeska kakra ma on fire wo campaign minim say when we say come honorable amwa
ni pa bone amako hine be peska ma hwa what na no me ti na no amako hine no na no no dia to so na kitu abiansa wo boa na no ene wo de ti wo
enti obi busa me say obi se mimuza say o campaign budget be saying o budget ni na ye be saying who hears ka be saying now dey campaign
obi nya dey da fumu she o ko 47 constituency petrol uti ate utima ode o ko hotel o ko so a ube just me ko musu be 2 or 3 so obi enya sam kitu budget dey mean 3 fan to that but more day
na say wan so a we ya wadwen say wo kono wan so wo ska kakra da ho ana
obi me papa wan
eh
the opposition ni mamu e bata o opposition dia obi o fe ka se ko obi ano also papa nani so eye fun o dia se obi a unim no bia na be frɛ no bia wa e busy na say obi a mfrɛ obi am amanfo nya o
rather.
Appointees no cry, the news and come back. Hope you friend was to retirement. Also, retirement so you'll be few so to me no mind next week. What would the next week?
Paul, Mate, Bibi Abe fine, you be kind Mate, Mebo. Now, you can say, "Ode umomo number no fatujwa na we send you week akrabe
289118.
Dabi tobo na bubo. Paul nya abotre. Bobo nkakra.
0242 289118. Mr. Gabi.
Science subio.
0242 289118.
Okay. Say udin po yando na ne beba.
Enwa ne bepi. Obi nyeize o.
For Matthew Dasi, Bibiani, a best year in Comobio. Why? Paul Yando, any attending.
Lawyer Enoch Afuakwa, me lawyer, member of the Wontumi'S legal team in the Nkomo. Now, you share the updates and I feel so what has really transpired as we have termed or they have termed what has really happened to Eye Ura Chairman Wontumi'S, and they describe him as political prisoner. And who come on and I will be this is an lawyer. I'm watching my call about Kesben TV, so now for Kesben 92.9 FM. To me, GD say when them with the Bibia Ayaboko. Yeah, that's it. Say your tons of frail also what to me AGS na ebabedi and come. So clearly, moving on with this particular matter, no, what is really happening now? Yeah, Kasa CCA, Yenya. Chairman Wontumi'S or what he faces here?
You're right, Chairman Wontumi'S.
Okay, so you can't say, and I say specifically, no, only and some prisons, name or a prison service for a hawk.
So you can't say our prison service for a while. Prison there's some more installations they bring, and so our prison service for some more. Not just a omu installation a emrama ho kwan say omo de neko and all.
Okay. Enti because na amanfo nse dey hu bebie de no FI se bi send there security as but na wo ben nti na na me pese me hu ne etiefo ene 7 adofo nyina beti ase ye se ebia ye man so no ye de ne fa ha ye de handcuff to ne nsa ye de na kotena office ana say ye drive straight to befemu opoko ase betwem amasamai am ye de na ko eye ensawom ene nti na ma me bisa no
say court passing a judgment now see am from we fi ase a the kind here say police for administrative processes of mobile okay we are straight away baby and almost directed the said facility installation I was yeah do corner cost 37 sentence
okay all right yeah that's but answer about the other cases so clearly Dana Seminisi, what open pa you were there at the court. Alright, I want to meet Dimina when finally, I mean, judge, at the boho pam pie, a card your beca ni no. Now, Ocean and any Dimina to saying, Wadama.
Because I want to be a strong person, and even in times of adversity, ono kra na o catch ni anome won chen say omunya abotre no nka o makoma to omuyam na omunya adwumaden say the party ebeba power onim say right from the word go Wontumi'S believed in his innocence and he maintained that throughout the trial and until ebra ekoba ni sa no ordinary nyama onyankopon
okay. And you know, me too, Wadama.
Kojo Timemufo, and said I knew one aspect of the life of Bernard Chubosiako. Who Bernard Chubosiako, so you be a known quantity in this republic. Say a bar manusemu, a bar Libiana, the presence within the media space, any sign mana. People don't know, say, Wontumi'S a highly religious person. Wontumi'S is a highly religious person. Say, Obeyna, Obey how religious the man Bernard Chubosiako said the hotel. And it and Bunabem or no the or Gideon in Yankupon say the home sign that.
Okay. Now clearly, in as much as people believe, I mean, judgment, which will come on, and said, the issue of 20 years, to you, do you think it's on a higher side? And I say, even though the Emrano, minerals and mine 25 years and all that, what's your take on the 20 years?
Under no circumstances can we disrespect a decision of a court, properly constituted. We as lawyers, in as much as we disagree with the final outcome of the court, we respect it. But our resentment, our disagreement stems from the fact that, one, some of the charges are the born, especially count one, say assignment of mineral rights without authorization. We can never agree with the decision of the court as far as the court founding the conviction on the lack of evidence on the part of the prosecution as far as that charge was concerned. And we have fair instructions say you proceed to the appellate court. Leonard Senior Tachia, M17 notice, party, a press conference, a direct legal directorate, and then the legal team say you put our thoughts together and all the documents together. Now you move to the appellate court. The GDA say Sebi Atimwa even sentencing na enyina so enim. Although say judge and as a court to me because I'm random man who can say offenses in that nature minimum sentence should be 15 years, maximum sentence should be 25 years, But even convicting and sentencing a person, even if arguably granted Agwendo say Yajitum Puse and pass a paper or a first time offender. A first time offender and Brand say first time offender should be handed a minimum sentence. Said the bear or very fun because we now send that you're finding court to that, you're born to do that, in jail in that. And it's a nasty man 20 years, not the minimum sentence. Now we can best describe it as being harsh and excessive.
Okay.
Being harsh and excessive.
Okay. Now, I have listened to a lot of lawyers, comment on this particular 59-page judgment and indeed, most the lawyers as not helping Wontumi in terms of the cases in a course. I have even read from our own friend, I've forgotten his name right now, but watch all Facebook says can say even when they picked on the first lawyer, he knew say Adenokrano and said that years I've forgotten his name. I don't know about Richard. But let's move on with that. But clearly, when you hear such comments coming from your fellow lawyers making that argument that you did not, or the lawyers seemed not to, and also went to me in the case now, do you share the same thing or you disagree?
Conclusively, I can say lawyers no amwa era Wontumi no na meaning says I nipa no na or your lawyer nipa. The makers are say and some lawyer need betimi come to that conclusion, or the record of proceedings of the trial, right from the first arraignment that I did to me court first day, ebabisi eda judgment ebai. Wontumi emfa judgment no decision of the court no because decision of the court once the court is making a decision court no be reference an aspect of the record of proceedings now free say best support to the decision or bema and or the ama but what they make can say and the entire proceedings will give you a fair account of the industry that the lawyers on record demonstrate as far as the handling or the prosecution of the case
okay,
how can one tell me say over 59 page no how got me say lawyers na more day. It's clearly disingenuous. And yet papa ni kwanti so. Me pese me comment on the standing of some of these lawyers passing this erroneous comment about lawyers handle area Wontumi a case.
Exactly.
Look at the standing of lawyer and the Apia Kubi. The man diligently performed his task. We have, even in the law practice, there will be more a lion. There will be a horn more or a sheep or a boko. Nelson said, "Oh, my penny could walk car, I say, in share and funny panel. You will be on more a sheep or that boko as you be, not the official and none inside a kawaii that you may. Why are we going on appeal? If the lawyers are more homody there, then you can't fault the judge. You can only go on appeal when the evidence on record does not support the conviction and sentencing. You can only go on appeal when there is a miscarriage of justice. You can only go on appeal when there is a clear error of law apparent on the face of the record. And indeed, there is, or there are.
Okay.
Indeed, there are.
Okay.
What you are attaching? Even preliminary crana, yem put and yem together. We have identified over 20 grounds of appeal. Grounds. And yet the general grounds of appeal are they be on your canvas. These are clear, germane 20 grounds of appeal. If you didn't ever move, you can say lawyer or handle case from the one number on home day. Ye best. So we a lawyer ni na kasa free sebio from the legal perspective. And you know what legal perspective etie. So obe analyze juma a lawyer no a year from the word go. Ababesi the time juma ni see a judge and then the conclusion and now then the ruling on the judgment eba. Share questions via a judge in reference here in the judgment now 59-page judgment now. Respectfully to my lady, Yewura and the Apia Kubi ebisa Ura Henry Okuma was it Iroku? No, Iroku, Joseph Iroku, our Minerals Commission lawyer.
Yeah.
Question. Because assignment once a month. There's a procedure upon which right. Seeking authorization from the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. And the procedure is that so person was signing or mineral rights at the say Kesben Media. Over Trocrata, over your deed of assignment, which is an instrument of conveyance. Now why your site plan saying and your concession in now they friend say, or they Kesben Media. Oh yeah, over your site plan of the area, no block out na person no. Now the application actually so now why your instrument of conveyance was signing that part to Kesben Media. Now your instrument of conveyance, no, that's the deed of assignment. I'm signing. I go through the processes, no, through Lands Commission in the then you take it to the Minerals Commission for onward recommendation and say or make transmitted the Common Minister for Lands and Natural Resources for the minister to signify his assent or otherwise to the proposed assignment, no. It's here and the appear could be bizarre. Joseph Iroku, our Minerals Commission lawyer, under cross-examination, say. A contaminating at this proposal no emission hormone was it there? Was there any attempt by anybody? So or this way or person was signing mineral right and there is nothing on record. Bibiasa info. Minia, all charge you before assignment of mineral right without authorization. It means that the person attempted say or this document because assignment nakasa is defined by law. The Lands Act of 2020, Act 1036, it defining assignment to be a written instrument, and yet oral instrument, written instrument. It's assignment, it has a definition in law, say a written instrument of conveyance. So once a written instrument, or the secretary by and a ministry, engine to and who say nipa proposes or this or assign a right, no, I could not so a year, to be able to construe. Say, who make a proposal, no, ye ma one ye, and I am peneso, and still who go ahead, and you have assigned without lawful authorization, and no because anybody before I was adding. Or besides our questions, he said, a course so, or say, a reasoning, respectfully to my lady, I can say, once or besides our question, it means say, a admission on the part of the defense, say, assignment procedure, no. But right from day one, anybody denies or assigning a mineral right, how then can you conclude, say, based on questions that Obisa Minerals Commission say, may the proposal we have Bamuho, ma make any attempt and I also there be, then a judge can construe that to mean say a admission say one take steps one yet the embranic say on yeno.
Is it not maybe coming from the angle where respectfully to Judge so Fandefi where he was asking Henry in the issue of the doing the your friend is saying reclamation, or where I mean your reclamation as against what I have not given you any credible letter or probably permit reclamation or assassin so. Yes, sir.
On that score, you see, once it does not border on extraction of mineral. No, Minjin this so obikra ekusine dine, right? Not a dine na okakusino. No project we ana me ya na ihia say o say me clear na wa assassin so. Me the machine eco clear assassin so. And the baby o ho no so kra na na o say o de can say what the material from different sides, baby, and what in do you need any approval from any state agency before you can clear your land for that purpose? Permit from government and so every citizen of Ghana, our surface rights as far as the lands of Ghana are concerned. Everything will be a little baby. Who was Asura? Not Asura, there's a amount. So also be careful. The agency has Asura no be so. Say a year bunu and ebusa, and I him pay and I pass aseno. My tons amount. If I were fool, if I do be why they can say step up, those kind of uhubiana. And it can that be construed? And if I catch you say, I can mine and start here, Juma. And he has been consistent with it. And it was beyond that reasoning.
Okay.
Those construing say lawyers for Wontumi are led by then lawyer and the appeal could be. Or cast the lawyers of Wontumi cross and Wontumi. No more the latter council at the last moment council attaching or letting attaching on also the show at the tail end no baby council. But said you who share the industry. Anyone that is talking, Mumbi San is for Mumbi San the question and they say, when you have the full record of proceedings of the trial, no, I vet the software, I peruse it, I go through step by step from page 1 to the last page to come to that conclusion.
So for instance, this is what your own colleague Awal Mohammed writes, and he says that from the one when Chairman Wontumi picked Andy Apia Kubi as his lawyer, right from Yoko stage, Andy was trying to ward off heavyweights like Godfred Odame, Gary Marfo, who were there to voluntarily offer their support. This morning on Adom, lawyer Samson Ladi Ayenene gave the breakdown of the judgment. Samson's conclusion was simple. Wontumi'S lawyers completely failed him during the cross-examination of Henry Inkum. Instead of leaving early, Andy waited until the judge was preparing her judgment to abandon Wontumi. Essentially, Andy led Wontumi straight to the slaughterhouse and ran away. Yet, just a few hours after Wontumi'S incarceration, Andy quickly jumped back into the media space to claim that Wontumi had instructed him to file an appeal. Is this a calculated attempt to keep him behind bars? I am relieved that the leadership of the party is now organizing to take over the appeal this case. Wontumi is a political prisoner. Tomorrow is pregnant. This is coming from Awal Mohammed.
On record that you know Awal Mohammed, I want your opinion as every citizen of this country.
Sure, I agree.
And in a democracy, the ugliest noises are better than the barrel of the gun.
What's it?
Again, in a democracy, the ugliest noises are better than the barrel of the gun. And I was here, Mobia, who find not sharing our drink, a coin beer, and Nippon Fish and Tiasi Mono, or Yitumbia. Said you, you were to me, only the standing of the lawyer father. It was Wontumi who instructed and the appeal could be to prosecute this matter on his behalf. May you closer to Wontumi, pa. There have been several attempts. And like I said earlier, no, Obiani Hawa ne advocacy skill etie. Ye wo ye mo ye ni eden a obi mu ye say ye kika. Ye wo almost so omo da boko. Ye ra chachi kata. Oye lion ana. But everybody knows ye ra chachi kata. As far as the practice of law is concerned. Oye boko. Nenso so no de onim no onim. Nentia ye nentia ye. I don't mean compare one lawyer skill to another lawyer skill. Oye nsa emfa. Again, there will be a choice of legal representation. Anyhow, we say nka enkono. But respectfully, and not to demean the standing of my brother Awal Mohammed. On your lawyer, no, Awal is coming from the layman's perspective. And you better say at this point, at this stage, those perspectives doesn't matter. What matters most, and it's a Jumano Abba, the first phase of the work has been concluded.
Okay.
Is there a way out? Yes, there is a way out. What are the preparations towards the second phase of the project? The leadership of the party has directed the party's legal team and the legal directorate to take over the appeal process. You say so I handle cases so you members of the party's legal team. And a teamwork for us to put our arsenals together. Okay. Now, Yanko to the appellate court.
Okay.
At the High Court, it was one judge sitting, and this is her decision.
Okay.
At the appellate court, there will be 3 justices sitting. A judge for me and a veteran. Ubi also so the near or the Beshe Jumedia court so High Court no say idimu and answer indimu say empunso wum and answer empunso wum. Yen ye be Jumasa lawyer for at the end of the day no decision will be that of the court to deliver.
Okay. All right.
But I receive a woman say enyina so second phase na ye konumu ye papa because you can't see dia say to me no na adanse ye inim.
Okay.
And nti wa rehemu say ye the first row court of appeal no ebehwemu ye, and we are hopeful that a positive decision will be rendered.
Okay. La ya beda senior decision ne en niema wo de atujame update our de memory pem no bibie ne besan ba na
untumi obedi na nifi say untumi ya manyosem na aban pese authority ano but untumi sadanya boni bia mfanti o man sa
na ne do abunya po o so sakata ne ba bonte dede ko be na aban we abata o abunya po de kata ba bonte se untumi nyambransem o senso ni kwaye wa bra mi not commission any more real na de don mama be se kunya so nya ku fo do memo na mu minister na e de sa so be kunya e jam bi body ate no kan no galamsey na e say ya brabo e ya existential threat to humanity no media e ho afemba masemi na e ba ko pe di amra no kayen fani nemo and this boko a o mo agrese o mo so o ma ba be ndetu galamsey no me first video we so no ma kan tre asantememu pedufo nyina ani mabu obi aba ko metu galamsey wo de muntime nya we kura no mo record na mo pamre me na power transfer aban beba said na untimi edi na ban eye galamsey a ozu obi do bia ti mo ne cham no ene de do mama abebo kwana to it is a we edi na eye galamsey ka hu say 94.1 crime doesn't have expiry date. Eti obia record obia we galamsey fi na ekro na dabi yemfa na to wontumi die wa ya twam ana ya twam afere sa so na mo ya ne no se nya evidence a mo so de mo be gina mra
right odike me na ase ebia ne ebe san babio ya da ase anopen
me so da ase be
right akwasi da odike na martin nka no enti adwa se odika ka no se na me ka no obia mo abone de ano nya dai ento na anya de ya dabi me say sana muntu mi so na Ghana illegal man and dia oyantwubo siako ontiaja achirema no e de ama. And you see it is a known way say na oye mining either legally or illegally. They mean say contaminate their licensed mining small large scale mining company. You get the point. But the kwam fa so anu ye no e na Ghana mra now say wanye ni ye ene na di by the mama you know one, there is no court issue if a politician who are travel within 2 years for Ghana had that since 1992. I don't think a big appeal modia issue a bit near ba almost say omo double salary Collins out amodia one modia MPP buy no mo share you omo ani anwia mfie nwotwe me say I suspect some of the council for Wontumi. Within 6 months, that make Wontumi as a politician. Ghana ha. And then you see, say 4 months ago, now Wontumi ajatum so differ. Now lawyer for ajatum. Poyando kotna me senior colleague. Akojoma fu show so kan say opamahama chairman for Wontumi. Poyando regional communication director. Asante region. some months ago okotena ko pa chow Samemfa Wontumi'S and it's an admission of guilt. Yes, it's an admission of what? Guilt. Mabwafo na yenkomra yenbetwe dinkomo fron so.
Spanish garlic mixture and the capsules near and check ne dia be German so. Na wasi wode hama hudo maku du ensia na kese ni a wode aye Spanish garlic mixture ne capsules no. So we nipa da sani na wo nase atatai anase sade adukuru ni pedua no muje ntimi ni afisa ni pedua ni mu. Papunu cheche wa aye Spanish garlic mixture ne capsules na obenom afei se hal tools so sanum kanya je ni bo so. Ana wujari wie na wode no aye ahohina Frena yen show kwan ya befa so garlic mixture ne capsule Spanish no obanum ebetime yi ofisa how no emu afein ya the Spanish jingo capsules nso oba ya we no eye for anti aging when you pounds na we dey ndan de da so trum ebo nso mo gye di ofisa ne o wadwenim ti pedifo no
Ezra 94.1 FM Ezra TV egu so din komo MCA yen kan ya kakra chairman and chubosi akon yen ko pane voice kakra we so betin nka and people are doubting they are basing on Mami Agrada. So Agrada call ye nunti no. And never mean sign between Abu Wontumi for now. I'm in a free prison. The other kind say Abia obenya favor our company no benya presidential pardon. Yeah, amnesty. Na so obenya pardon no me munu say enye now. Say if pardon is the last resort for Wontumi, it will not be now. Ebe when Mahama is exiting.
So I think I was so with me service 13 years and sana yet me granted sa
yes. And then again oko kwaya appeal na odibi mu dia obetun na babonten and also ewo ho so asie ana so bedwane
obede dwane say ye de wa ko stream awie wu dwane
okay enti Wontumi akra enti
na o machina obu wa Jomama umane umachina obu wa Jomama obu wa ha umau na to say what me aye police for bibi umau na to say what me aye military for bibi umau na to say what me aye electoral commission for bibi umau na to say what me aye judges bibi Jomama uni NDC mobu wa bibia nu wa besie Jomama bibia nu wa besie ha meka ade a kire obia say obia pie no kotuna ba awa bla sumdue wo obi ko anwodifo fie kofuna de bade je sa okekere no obi ko anwodifo fie anko Jomama huru sai olusu aba no eti some wuru say ya bi no pese okeka aba no Nyankopon dia maye munyako mukan aye Mose nwoma no a what you say aye Exodus Mose nwoma to sunum no etire mama na ukra usro say the other year me nyina no still have me that's who hold me captaincy say I'm still remain as a captain no waka say me ba konta mine me guru na matwaro ye na me akwa wu me usro me the president to na oba national security for no mo negotiate with me asan waba now you negotiate with me asan wa enter now who just Wontumi yetim kitwa wo say wo betime no man na desi ndisi for no na me no ya na ndisi for ntimi ka say obi ntu bi no wo pa na mo nya ye omo ye one na ye do me Wontumi dia ogwa Wontumi min slow na problem run na Wontumi mama se me nu mi anu gira ho ya fa so da fo di wachi na hwesa me wo wachi me a say me ba ya na juma yi we will push ubetimi a pushing Wontumi na even anti no safo no ene nsuo yiri na bebe fire abroni nyina de koye se de nsuo bubu amanfo dan ye no anti natural disaster no me ni hu to me say metimi de a stop no ene ade ye na sabre de so no
already know how many play back in. But I do I mean we maybe I want to 0531455105 0531455105 and I feel 0558 620 300. I was here. Now I do share. Like I say, media station now radio station TV station want to be here no. In a way, I'm one. To me, imagine channel. I'm one. If you say, "Un say, I want you want to be there." So, what me call at any point in time, near be microphone a mano, na or kasa. Enti be to me. I don't expose you want to me more. A man can be. Secondly, the handlers of wound to me. Enemy I mean near penny away bus. And so on or manage wound to me so no. I'm wound to me. Or anybody a programs manager. I'm wound to me. Come on, you're penny the back papa come over my own.
Say ebia obetena se na wo ni beba ho so no de ato mframa maji.
Say o sa se no, unsan komo na nya. Emwa. Unsan penny for mo charge sa no mo hiti sa no a. Do bi wo ho. So, to stop papa we there e ba sisi a. Period. Say o say e papa apostle. We are speaking pa. Before about e bia no. Menim say reverend ni din kopo. Papa e do ba fa ha. E do ba fa ha. E do ba fa ha. Tade bi ho a ono obeka. Na o mo hu de nti opese wo ye ne sa. Obu okwan so. So that say. Because dokika ye nyina no enei. Oh. Se bi anko ya e bi kwa na bi mo se no na ama e bi kwa na ye ni say you. Tingo wan kan kwantene ba bi. Na bi ahoma na to. Obetimi afra no pay. 5 minutes past 8. Obviously amuntwa mo nkomra. 055